Here, of course, is the jack, and there's an extension piece and the handle itself right there. Everything just plugs together. You can see how it's flared. Okay, at this end, that goes in there. Be careful, because this end has grease on it, where it's going to go into the jack itself. It's a regular floor jack that you've probably seen before. Now, this jack here has a very low profile, as you see right over here. It's only 3.5 inches off the ground. But when you go and pump it up, it's going to go up to 19.5 inches to give you plenty of lift. And to assist you with that lift, this has dual pistons in it, so that way it's going to pump a lot faster and you get a lot more lift a lot faster than you would with one of those little jacks that you probably have seen before as well. This is a 2.5 ton jack, so that means 5,000 pounds. Doesn't matter if it's a go-kart, doesn't matter if it's a car, doesn't matter if it's an SUV, a truck, or an 18-wheeler. As long as it's 5,000 pounds or less, this is going to be able to lift it. As you can see here, it has a rubber saddle. This will spin around like that. It is also detachable, so you can take it out if you need, and that way it will it might be more conducive to what you need there. And otherwise, that's pretty much it. You do have a nice foam thing on the handle there, which is great when you have it in the front of the car or even on the side of the car, and you put the handle up and it bumps into the car. Well, instead of dinging the paint, there's a nice bumper on there. So to put the handle together, there's a little thing over here that's spring-loaded, and in this part of the handle, there's a hole. So you simply plug it together, and you have to depress that and just kind of wiggle it until it pops in like that. Now that end is ready to go into the jack. You will notice that there is a square opening here, and that needs to go in to the male portion, which is inside of the handle part where the handle attaches on the jack. Now, you may have trouble inserting this where it kind of gets stuck because of this guy right here that I was talking about. So you have to get that lined up, and then it will lock in like that. Okay, just like that. And now the handle is attached. The screwing portion that I just showed you is to let the jack down. So you just unscrew the handle like that and then tighten it back up, and it's ready to pump up again. Also, you have a very convenient tray here, which is going to be great for wheel lug nuts or other associated bolts. You also need to remove this block over here, which is really just in place for shipping. To do that, once you got the handle in there, push it down, and you'll see that it's loose. And that's out. Really not a big deal. And now at this point, pretty much, we have the handle tightened all the way, and we can lift it up and give it a pump, and that's how much you get out of just one pump of the handle. So you know, obviously there's no car on it right now, so it's absolutely effortless. You'll have to work at it once you get a vehicle on it, but as you can see, it goes right up just like that, really nice and high. And then you can unscrew the handle, and the jack will go back down. Just make sure you tighten it back down like that. And of course, you're free to move this. It has swivel casters in the back and straight ones in the front, depending which way you want to call front and back. Straight ones there, swivel ones here, and you can move it, roll it around, do whatever you need. This is a 2007 Toyota Camry that I'm going to be lifting, and this is equipped with the V6 engine, so that makes it even heavier yet. We are, however, only lifting the front, which is going to be about 2,300 pounds or so. These Toyotas happen to have a front cross member where they have thoughtfully provided a jack point. You cannot just jack up any car from the front. This car has been designed so we can simply just roll the jack into position here, and if I bump the car, big deal. It's got the bumper right on the handle. So now I'm going to just jockey it into position to get it exactly where it needs to go. Now something else I wanted to mention, as you see here, is a 17 millimeter bolt right there. So we're going to go ahead and loosen that. Okay. We can take that out just for a minute, and you'll now see that the handle now goes down, and that flared part at the end of it is now there. So now when you put this back in, it acts as a set screw. So now the handle is locked on to the jack. You may wish to undo this and take it out for storage, depending on, you know, your particular circumstances, where you're going to be storing it and stuff like that. We'll just get that snug, and that's fine. Let's go lift the car. All right, we're all set. Make sure your handle is closed down tight, screwed tight, and now you're ready to lift. I have to get the jack saddle onto the car, so that's just a little ways. There we go. Now it's getting, you can feel it, and up goes the car. This nice long handle, it is absolutely effortless. No problem at all. You saw the car shifted. That's normal, of course, which is why you set the parking brake and shock the wheels. All right, so it's up in the air some. Obviously, it can go a lot higher than that. I don't need to impress you with that, but let's just take a look underneath for a minute. Like you can see, the tires are just off the ground right there, and this jack has plenty more it can go. So if you need to service the front wheels for any reason, doing brakes for example, on this car is nice with that center jack point right over there. So I can just lift up the whole front end and do both sides and then let it down, and it's back on the road. Nice and easy like that. And to let the car down, you can do it down here. You can pick the handle up so it's easier to operate. It doesn't matter. You unscrew the handle. Do not just unscrew it, because the car is going to slam to the ground. Just do it slow. And the car is already going down. Just a little bit like that. And you can let it down as slow or as fast as you want. I was always taught to let it down slow, so that's what I do, because you don't want it really slamming on the ground. And now that we have the car lowered and the handle locked into the jack, I can simply pull it away to go either to the next job or to put it away.